Hello, Dirtistas. This is Marcos, and this is our week 3 to week 4 recap briefing video. I want to try to make this one short so you guys can get back to work. But first, I want to start off by just thanking you guys for allowing me to attend to my family event. That was very important, and I have Ahana join you guys at a last minute Zoom meeting and to be able to present to her and get some outside feedback from one of our ongoing Dirt collaborators and Dirt reviewers. And I'm sure Ahana did a great job. And I am in the middle right now of replying to you guys. I've sent a handful of emails off so far. I'll be sending more and I'll make sure to give everyone direct feedback. And if anyone wants to talk even further, let me know, write me back, or even demand a Zoom session, which I'm happy to do. But let's just do the recap for this week so you know what the next steps are. But first, I want to just give you like a zoom out kind of picture so we get more context where we are. Here we are 3 weeks into it. We're heading to our design development presentation, and that's going to be basically what you're going to do this coming up is just keep going on what you've started and develop it further. See this now as the opportunity. You've got stakes in the ground, you've got designs laid out, you've got really good progress. You don't got that blank white page staring you in the face like the most terrifying thing there is in the world, a blank white page. You've overcome that. You've got great ideas, you've got great direction. But now are you really maximizing it? Are you doing the best? Try to explore different typefaces, try to explore different size and relationships and scale, color, contrast, like different things. Make sure you just get the right mix, the right balance before you fully go forward. This is a time now for that. It's a key time. So, maybe you'll get it on the first try and it's perfect. I'm sure many of you are that good, but sometimes you'll be surprised what a little fine tuning can do to make a direction even better. And what I'm trying to offer in my emails are little suggestions towards that, and to be able to make sure you can confidently know that you've got the right formula and then to generate the full thing. But as you can see here on our schedule, that we are in the middle of this project and there's no need to rush to the end. I'm sure if I said this is it, the assignment is due next week, that all of you could churn out the full book probably. It probably wouldn't be pleasant. It would take up your time. That's not the point here. You've got another phase next week, a phase, and then a phase after that, and then your files are due. So there are steps left. And I still want to make sure that we're participating collaboratively next week in class. We're going to meet and we're going to have another guest, but I'll be there this time as well. We're going to have Demi, who is also even longer time Dirt collaborator, my daughter as well. She's a kindergarten teacher. She's a child educator, so she's been working with Dirt. So we can have a kind of a non-designer perspective as well as my perspective and the rest of the class. So it'll be a good session. So make sure you're ready to not only show your progress, but to kind of also quickly explain what your concept is and then show what it looks like so that Demi can give feedback with that kind of outside, not only outsider, but not with all the weeks of progress that we've gone through together. She can kind of give feedback. So that should be a great session in class next week. And then one more week after that, and then your files will be due, and the next project will begin. It'll be a little bit of overlap on part 6. Our storyboards will begin, so that's by design, so that there's a little more time in case you need to be working on 2 projects at once, but let's not plan for that. So now you're understanding the feedback you've been given. You're going to continue to develop your design as we've just talked about. And if I make a suggestion and you try it and you want to see what I think, email me back. Like, don't see this as a one-way conversation, and don't see it as the next time you're going to hear from me is in our next class. Like, if I say, why don't you try this? Or how about making the font like this? Or how about this text? If you try it and you're not sure, email it to me and I'll give you quick feedback back. So share your progress throughout the week as needed. And then what I want you to do again is to continue to update your full presentation, to have it, growing as you work. Now that things are maybe preliminary, you might bring in things more loosely and then take them out later. That's okay. Just kind of have that together, particularly since Demi will be part of the review next week. You kind of want to take her through the story and then bring her up to speed. So yeah, that's what we're doing now. And I've just basically described all of that, so I don't got to do that. But this text is on the canvas. And this is just a snapshot of what your progress could look like. And this one shows basically someone who knows what their design direction is and they're working on building it. That may be where you're at, but you may be different than this. You might be showing different options still. You might be showing different variations of the same thing. still trying to fine tune it to be the best way. So don't let this fool you. But basically, the parts are you're just building further from last time, and this should be for sure the time where you're using the InDesign template that's in the canvas on a link. So download that as needed. But here's another case today of a different assignment to show you what I mean by exploring it. So this is a book, and basically this is the storyboard, and she updated it. The stars kind of just show the parts where she was updating it and like getting specific with basically the text and the content, the type of content that would go. In a way, the storyboard is almost like a little thumbnail design as well. And then this is what I'm talking about in terms of using this time now to do explorations on how you want to build a design. Like, should there be a colored background? Should there be a textured background? And just looking at that and exploring so that she can decide, because her book in the end was super simple, as you see, just faces and text. So it was a chance, since it was so simple and there wasn't the pressure to get started on building these complicated illustrations, she was able to be more discerned in how she would set up her standards for the end, as well as, feedback. This might be a good idea for you. You don't have to do this, but this person chose to list her feedback, and since you got feedback from both Ahana and from myself, maybe a little punch list of things that you are considering wouldn't be bad. You don't have to do that, but I think it was kind of cool to do that. But here, just the explorations, you can see looking at the cover, starting to look at the back, and I'm going to talk about the back here in a minute because the back's going to be important. But look at like how the spine can work. No text on there. They're the little decisions that change the face, change the back, change how you use the spine. But that's basically what you're doing right now, is just these kind of simple little different ideas, or maybe they're more dramatic and not as nuanced as what we're looking at. But right now is the time to kind of be looking at that, and looking at how to use color, how to use type, top, bottom, like these different things. One emotion per spread, two to get more. Most of you have this down, I think, but this is what you want to be doing, and then just making more progress towards getting more, halfway done, maybe something like that. Maybe not even that much, just more about being able to know that you've explored fully as much as possible. So on our canvas, its assignment is up there, Baby Board Book Part 3, Design Development. And this is the overview briefing. It's got the link to the InDesign template, as well as a link to the Google Drive, the new folder, which is right here, Part 3. You guys have been great using this. The A-making machine was making comments to me yesterday how well you guys are at following directions, and that it's just having no trouble constructing your golden A's. So your beautiful golden A's are really getting built up. So keep doing that. Don't mess up the A-making machine, because it wants to make that golden A just for you, and I want you to have it. Okay, so that's basically about. Oh, but you know what? I was going to talk about the back, which I forgot to do. But let me turn off my sharing here, and just so I can say, like, on the back, like, this is a chance to really like give the reader a chance to like overview what the book is about, or even have some text to kind of try to entice the parent or the reader to get into the book. You might look at it as the end of the book too, like it might be like after the last spread, there's a kind of a little bit of a conclusion, but really like a preview that has type and it has illustration. This is kind of nicely done. There's different levels of type and text there. This one goes a little more heavy on the text side, where it offers a block of text, talks about the concept of hide and seek, and showcases the little cat character that's seen throughout every page in this book. But does a good job of having a little bit of like, check this book out sort of tone to it. This is another one that kind of really utilizes the space, has a little text that talks about the idea of making noise and showcases a couple of the characters, has a good set of layers, and all of these stay true to this bottom here, which you're not to touch, unless you are changing your name, which is in this first or second paragraph. Put your name in there. But there's another example. It could be simple like this, where you have some of the elements from the cover and just a simple headline. Or here's another one, just has one headline that invites you into the market to see what's there. Or you don't have to do all that if you don't want. If you want to just have like a simple cover that mimics the front and the back, and then has different ideas for how it relates to the inside. Again, the spine you should be thinking about too. There might be a chance to do a little illustration. Don't try to do too much, but I want you to have your name, the title, and the dirt logo, and then whatever else you get in here. So these spines You might want to change the color so it's different. Um, but your name's got to be on there. So don't forget that this one's got, it's a little more complex, based on the cover. So you can do things on there that you might not realize, but straightforward and simple is never bad. But here she managed to get the cat in there and a paw. So, you can do a lot with the cover. And the breakfast one is basically just type. So there's lots of things you can do with the spine. And as I was saying before, the spine is really a chance to like you get a lot out of it kind of, right? Like all these spines lined up, like you get a good sense of each of these books without a whole lot of real estate, but a lot of information. So think about that spine. All right, guys, that's it for now. Look out for your email. I'm doing them one at a time, and there's 16 of you, so it might take longer. And I'm just going down the list. I'm not picking my favorites first. So don't get all hyped if you were first. But look for that and read that out and make sure it makes sense. If it doesn't, reach back out to me. All right, guys, we will see you on Thursday night in class for another great class session. Bye.